I'm Jeff Wiener with Digicom.
I'm E.J. McComb from Digicom.
And today we're going to talk to you about the Avaya IP Office. Fairly complex topic. I'm going to give myself about 5 minutes, maybe 5 to 7 minutes to talk about this. There's a lot to cover. I probably could spend half an hour on this. We've got a lot of other videos that cover the IP Office, Server Edition, Select, Resiliency, Redundancy, Preferred. But the purpose of this one now is to talk generally about the IP Office, how it works, what it looks like. So let's get down to a very basic level. So what I'm holding here is an Avaya IP Office 500 V2 cabinet. What I've got over here is what we call an SD card. SD card slides into the back of the phone system. This essentially becomes, your licenses get enabled onto this box. There are 5 versions of IP Office. There is Basic Edition, Essential, Preferred, Server, and Select. And the reasons a company would choose 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5 is based on application, size. For example, Preferred Edition, the third one, grows to 384 extensions on a single cabinet. Server grows to 2,500 extensions in its architecture. Select Edition grows to 3,000. So you can clearly see that if you're running a small business, you probably don't need a phone system that can support 3,000 users. But there are a lot of differences from a resiliency perspective once you start to get into the larger boxes. The one that our company Digicom sells most often is either Essential Edition or Preferred Edition. We do sell Server Edition for larger enterprises that are looking for redundancy. So what I want to do is I want to cover, first of all, explain the cabinet itself, how it grows from an expansion point of view. So what we're looking at here is a 500 V2 cabinet with 4 slots. 1, 2, 3, 4. Once you pull this box or this card out, there are actually 2 sides to this card and this slot over here. You've got your base card and you've got your daughter card. So the things that would sit on the base card, for example, would be 8 analog stations or a digital station 8 card, and the things that would sit on this side over here would be the daughter card. You'd have your trunk card, your PRI card, for example.
Always a trunk card, that's right.
Right, trunk card is what you would use to answer your phone lines. So if you had a PRI, which is 23 digital channels, or analog lines, for example, your traditional telco type analog lines, those would get plugged into here. Now, this main cabinet, so you can support 8 extensions on each main card, so 8, 8, 8, and 8. Effectively, you can grow this to 32 extensions. Now, I'm going to pass this over to you.
Sure, thank you.
You can put it back down over there. And what I want to do now that you've seen that cabinet is, I'm going to draw a picture of the 500 V2 cabinet. What happens with this is, once we've maxed out the capacity of that box, we can add expansion chassis. And these expansion chassis, if we're working with digital phones, will support up to 16 or 30 extensions per expansion module. You can put up to 12 expansion modules onto one main cabinet. I'm not going to bother drawing 12 of these on here, but you get the point. Now, the phone system can also support IP phones. So if you're running in a Preferred Edition, you can have either digital phones connected or IP phones connected. So I'm going to now draw a small data switch, and this phone gets connected to the data switch, which in turn gets connected to the phone system. IP Office has got a ton of capability, lots of features. So let's go through some of the things that you can do with IP Office. EJ, you're going to fill in some of the blanks for me. So we've got voicemail. So in Essential Edition, remember we have the Basic, Essential, Preferred, Server, and Select. So with the Basic and Essential Edition, the voicemail resides in the cabinet. With Preferred Edition, it actually sits on a PC or a server, and it certainly does with Server Edition and Select. So we've offboarded the voicemail system from the SD card and from the internal mechanism of the cabinet itself. We moved the voicemail over to one of these boxes on the Server and Select Edition. So some of the advanced applications, things that you can run. We've got voicemail, that would reside on the server. You've got 1X Portal. We've got a video that shows what 1X Portal is, so we'll show you that in a separate video, but 1X Portal is a web-based application that will allow you to control your desk phone through a PC or through a browser. I personally have a Mac. I also actually have a desktop. I can control my phone through both of those. I can manage it from home. I also have an IP phone working at home because it is an IP-based phone system. What else do we have? Oh,
Avaya Communicator?
Communicator, which is a soft client.
For sure.
So soft client, I can run my soft phone on my desktop. We have 1X Mobile. So 1X Mobile allows me to run my phone over my handheld and effectively turn my handheld into an extension. I've got
WebLM?
Yeah, go ahead, explain that one.
It's a web-based soft phone client.
Avaya Web Communicator, is that the one you're referring to, or is that's even something different? So
Yeah,
Avaya
for
Web
sure.
Communicator is a soft client that works inside of a browser. Again, we've got other videos showing this. The purpose of this video today is just to talk about what is Avaya IP Office, how does it grow, what are some of the capabilities of the phone system, the ability to twin your calls, record your calls. All of those feature sets are essentially part of the IP Office, and the application would dictate which one of these you would buy, and resiliency would dictate which one of these you would buy. Am I missing anything, or have I covered a lot of it? Oh, different types of trunk lines, so I want to cover those.
Sure.
So we've got three different types of trunk lines: analog lines, PRI, and SIP trunks. SIP trunks are an IP-based phone line. So IP-based phone line allows your phones to run over an Ethernet connection instead of a traditional copper pair of cable. It provides for a very nice, resilient overflow failover between boxes. Anything else I'm missing on the line side or on the cabinet side, EJ?
So you talked about PRI.
PRI?
Yep.
Yeah.
So PRI is a digital T1,
Mm-hmm.
but of course when it fails, the telco is well aware of it, which is nice, right? So it can be sent to, say, a SIP line or sent to backup analog trunks.
Yeah.
And it's 5 nines reliable, which is nice.
Yeah. That's right. Anything else we're missing on here?
No, I think we're good.
Good. Okay. So we have other videos that talk about IP Office, 1X, Communicator, and all sorts of other applications. This was an overview. I'm Jeff with Digicom.
I'm EJ.
And thanks for watching.
Thank you.